Hello, I'm Heather Brooks,
I'm Carden Brooks.
and welcome to the Bitchy Quill author Mini-sode. We would like to welcome author Cate Tayler to the podcast today. Thank you so much for being here. We're very excited to have you, a fellow romance author, on today. And we're going to talk all about your books and about where people can find you and about your craft. And I'm going to kick it on to Carden like I do and let her ask you the first question.
All right, great.
Yes, so how did we meet you?
I heard about the Right Women Book Fest like when you guys first started it.
Mm.
But at the time, I lost my writing mojo, so I was kind of feeling not quite in the author space. But I've recently started to get it back, and when I saw you guys were doing it again, I was so excited to be able to get in on it, and then to find out it was the final one, was kind of sad, but I'm also excited that I got to be a part of that. So.
We were so happy that you were able to do it this year too. And it always blows my mind how all the talented, interesting authors that have woven their energy into the book fest. So,
Yeah, it was a
yay.
great experience.
Oh,
Oh, well,
yay.
thank you for
We
that.
love that. Thank you so much. What made you, and now you said you lost your mojo for a bit there. I
Yeah.
hear you. I think we all go through that from, I mean, some people, they're just prolific. They just go on and on and on. And maybe that's all
Right?
they have to do all day. You know, some of us have day jobs like you and me, and it's just like it's hard sometimes. You can get burnt out, whatever.
Hmm.
But obviously, you still have a kernel of creativity in there that's growing into more books. And I want to ask you because I think not only do other authors want to know this, which I think more authors probably watch this podcast than readers do, but I think readers also want to know this answer to this question, which is what got you interested in this path? What made you want to be a writer?
It's probably similar to a lot of other authors. I love reading. I've always loved books. They were my escapism when I was younger. Um, I was an only child for a very long time, so that got kind of lonely, and books were my refuge. Um, when I was about 7 or 8, I started writing my own little stories and illustrating them. And I don't know why I really thought that I could get those published. They were like on construction paper and folded in half. I still have them actually somewhere.
Oh,
Um,
oh my
so
gosh.
I started that way, and then just through the years, I just kept writing a little bit here and there. It wasn't the life path I thought I would take. But I did do some creative nonfiction. I did a little bit of journalism, a little bit of memoir writing. Um, but it wasn't probably until about 10 years ago that I actually finished my first full-length manuscript. Um, I just had an idea for a story and I was feeling kind of restless. We were just talking about being bored. I wasn't necessarily bored, but I was restless. So I sat down and wrote a book.
Was
And then I
that
was like,
romance? Was
what do I
that
do with
first book?
it? It was, yeah, it was my first one. It was terrible and it's okay. Um, I rewrote it a few times and, so it has actually seen the light of day at some point. But yeah, so that's it. It was my reading was my refuge as a child, and then writing has kind of become my refuge as an adult.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that. We've had a number of authors who have been writing since they were kids. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
just something that they wanted to do and they knew they wanted to do it and
Hmm.
then either continued on or picked it up again later.
Yeah.
And I think it's the kind of thing you just either have to do and you have in you or you don't. I mean, and that's just like other things. Some people are just born to be to
Hmm.
do certain things. Um, and then the next question's from Carden.
Sure. But and so I wanted to comment though on how charming it is that not only did you, write and illustrate as a child, but that you still have those creations, but also like the audacity of like innocence,
Hmm.
like, because children believe anything is possible. So I really love that you still have that kind of concrete evidence of that.
Yeah.
I find
And
that's really charming.
I remember taking it to my pediatrician of all people, showing him my books and thinking he can help me get published. He did not, but that's okay. I still love Dr. Fugel, rest his soul.
Oh,
Um, but yeah, that's
oh, that's
I
even
I
better.
think this is a great moment to remind writers and authors who are watching this have the audacity,
Yes.
have the confidence that little Cate Taylor did.
Yes.
All,
Yes.
let's all channel that,
Yes,
Kate,
yes.
our inner little Cate Taylor. I
Yes.
mean, I think that's a beautiful thing. I love it. I
And
love
then
it. I love
also
this story.
your confidence in your pediatrician, like the way that kids think, like obviously for you as a child, that was somebody that you trusted, someone
Hmm.
that you thought had, like power or influence. Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
glad. Thank you for sharing that additional detail. I mean, who thought that story could get more charming?
I know, it's so
Yeah.
cute.
He had the best lollipops. That was it.
He must have other connections, right? He's got a
Yeah,
lot
Right,
of people.
exactly.
right.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, um I want to ask this question about who or what do you feel are your biggest influences, but I want to influence how you answer it because Heather and I were talking about how charming your lacrosse romances are,
Lacrosse my
and
heart.
Hmm. Yeah.
yes, just utterly charming. So when you talk about who or what do you feel are like your biggest influences, would you also please talk a little bit about, what took you into the sports romance,
Hmm. Yeah.
subgenre? Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually it. So I would say that my number one inspiration, influence, and this is going to sound really, really cheesy, but it's my husband. Um, People laugh about the insta love trope, which I happen to love. And I have to laugh because that was us. Within 30 days of meeting each other, we knew, and we just celebrated our 28th wedding anniversary. So, insta
Yay.
love is an actual, honest to God thing. I mean, it takes work, marriage takes work, but there is that initial spark. So, he kind of influences all my romance novels. There's a little bit of him in every book in some aspect. But along those lines, and going into the lacrosse, my kids as well. My All of my kids have played lacrosse at one point or another. I have two boys and two girls. Um, and my when I wrote my first lacrosse book, Body Check, it was inspired by my daughter Larissa, my oldest at the time. Um, and I wanted to do a female-centric sport romance because sport romances typically tend to be, the hockey, the football, it's the guys. Um, I wanted to get out of college as well, just because I don't like to write new adult. I feel a little bit I don't know that area as well. I prefer more adult romances. Um, so created this whole fictional world where women's lacrosse is actually as big a thing as anything else. They have their own stadium. They've got multiple teams. They've got championships. People go crazy for them because that's how it should be. And then when I wrote my second one, Fast Break, my inspiration was my daughter Moira, and she's a goalie, or she was a goalie. And so that's my main character is a goalie as well. So she actually helped me with some of the terminology and some of the some of the moves. Um, but yeah, I would say, like I said, as cheesy as it sounds, my husband, my kids are probably my biggest inspiration, uh, for writing romance.
No, I mean, cheesy or not, you're talking to other fellow romance writers, so cheesy, the cheesier the better.
I know, I love
I
it.
fully believe in insta love. I had that in my life as well, and my husband also is a big influence on my main male characters in my stories. So I agree with you. Insta love's for real. I know some people don't believe in it. That's just because they haven't experienced it,
Right,
and that's
Exactly.
right.
okay. That's
Exactly.
fine.
Because there's a component of you have to be open to it, right? Like for Insta Love to work, some kernel of you has to believe that it's possible, right?
Yeah, I guess
So,
so.
Yeah.
I mean, I never ruled it out, so
right.
I
I
mean,
was
I
always a hopeless romantic.
yeah, me too.
I was, I'm Gen X. I was latchkey kid in the 80s. I got to watch whatever I wanted to watch, read whatever I wanted to read. So I was, I was reading Danielle Steele and
Yeah.
Jackie Collins
Judy
when I was
Bloom,
about
wifey,
Yes,
not
wifey.
yes,
Oh, and smart
yes,
women.
yes,
Yeah. I was reading
Flowers
those
in
when I was
the
like
attic.
10.
I'm
yes,
like 11 reading Flowers in the Attic
yes.
and Wifey.
Yes, same thing, same here. So yeah, I've always been romantic. I've always wanted that kind of storybook love. So I guess maybe that I was open for that and
Yeah,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
kind
yeah.
of ended up, getting that.
Yeah, and 28 years, of marriage in, that's fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
You're welcome.
Thanks.
congratulations. That's wonderful. What a sweet story.
I love it.
Um, and what are you working on right now? What's your current project?
So right this very minute, I'm working on another Christmas novella. So I tend
Mm.
to write steamy, spicy with my full length or with my other books. But for Christmas stories, I keep them more Hallmark grandma
And
kind of.
you have a couple. To anybody
I have,
watching this before
yep.
Christmas,
And
there's
they're
she's
gonna
got
go
a
on
couple of those
sale.
Chris. She's got a couple of Christmas
Yeah,
romances.
yep. So
So
get these two.
there
So
they are.
um so these are the two that I have now, and I have one that I'm working on that should have been done this week. And to the editor, it's running a little behind, but it'll be out for before this Christmas.
All the authors will understand that. All the readers, it doesn't make them happy, but yeah.
I know. And you're supposed to like they say, start your holiday romances in like what, March or April. You're supposed to write out. I'm
It's
a linear
hard. Like
person.
if I'm
I'm
gonna
a Virgo. I can't
right,
write October.
well, I'm not a Virgo, but I definitely don't start thinking about Christmas romance until November. And then I'm like, well, shoot, if I'm gonna write one, I should write it now for next year
Yes.
because it's never gonna be published this year. But I'm only in the mood to write that kind of thing during the holidays.
Yep. I started this one in September, the one I'm working on now. I started in September, but then October came and I was like, oh, I want to write a Halloween short story.
I
So I
know.
did that. So that's my
Good.
newsletter.
I
My
mean,
newsletter subscribers get that, but
when it's all said and done, you're going to have another Christmas one, but you've
yeah.
got two. You've got two on your backlist, and folks can go pick those up for the holidays. So,
Yep.
so your current project is your newest. I'm sorry, my chair is so squeaky. I'm going to have to get my husband to WD-40 it. This just does not work well with podcasting. And uh, so you've got the Christmas project or what is it going to be called?
Mistletoe to go.
Mistletoe to go.
Yeah. The
Do you
road
want to give
trip.
us a little blurb about it?
Sure. It's a road trip, forced proximity in a snowstorm. It's two
I love a
people that don't
snowstorm
really
story.
like didn't like well, she didn't like him, and he's driving her out to the East Coast to surprise her boyfriend, which will be quite the surprise for her. Um, so yeah,
Okay.
them getting along the way.
It
But
sounds
yeah.
cozy.
I
And
know.
then I
I
have
love a snowstorm. I love
I
a
I
do
know,
too.
so
snowstorm.
What
do
is
I.
it?
I think we're gonna have good snow in Maryland this year.
I think
That's
so.
fingers are crossed.
Yeah.
If it does, I'm gonna absolutely, I swear to right now in front of you and everybody else that is watching this that I'm going to write a Christmas novella
I'm gonna
if
Okay.
hold you to
I
it.
get
Holding
snowed
it to
in.
it.
Yeah.
I should. I should.
Yeah.
Um, and then the next question goes to
Oh,
Card.
sure. So I was always,
I
I'm so
know
excited.
it's hard to stay on track because we get all involved. This is how
I
come we
know.
can't do a
I was like,
5 minute
oh, a
mini-sode
snowstorm.
I
I
know,
love a
like other
snowstorm.
people. Like normal podcasters, we can't do a 10-minute mini-sode. It's
I
not
know.
possible for
Oh,
us.
see, it'd be boring if we just went linear, so it's like fine.
That's
No.
true. That's true. We don't want to be
Okay.
boring.
So, business stuff. What's the best way for readers to support you? Like, do you want us to go to your website? Do you want, like, you tell us?
Well, I mean, reviews, obviously,
Yeah.
that's the lifeblood of any author. That's good or bad. That's what some
Yeah.
people don't understand. I mean, I'll take some two-star reviews if they're honest. That's fine. That's great. So reviews definitely, but I'm also trying to grow my like Instagram following a little
Mhm.
better.
Okay.
Uh, I kind of got away from social media. It was not a healthy space. Um, Unfortunately, my day job is social media manager, so
Mm.
I can't
You know,
completely get
Kate,
rid
I
of
should have read your bio sooner. Like, I'm reading that bio. I'm like, is this my bio? Because I
I know.
too am a social media manager during the
Yeah, and it's just
day.
it's oh so and I hate being on social media, except I like Instagram. I like the
Mhm.
pictures and the reels and
Right.
the interaction.
Right.
Well,
So
art, it appeals to your artsy side,
exactly.
the photographs appeal to your arts. I just the drama's getting to be too much. I mean, it's really hard to have that roller coaster of
Hmm.
horrible thing, somebody's not doing well, and then I want to sell you this Gucci purse. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's hard to and reviewing a waffle maker or something,
Right.
it's really hard to it would feel like it would be better if there was um like a very one subject for like
Hmm.
verified people, first of all, so you couldn't have trolls. So we know everybody on there's a real person. And like this is about books, or this is about waffle makers and
Hmm.
Right.
ice cream makers and food baking. And then so I think that that may be what's in the future, because I do feel we just had this discussion day before yesterday with the panel that I feel like there's a social media bubble happening.
Hmm.
People are getting, I know I feel it, and I've been on the internet since the late 90s. Like I've been an internet person forever and ever, and I
Hmm.
feel the
Yeah, same.
fatigue and the burnout of it. And I think that a lot of it has to do with the trolls and just the constant back and forth of subjects. Like you just don't know what you're going to be looking. You could be looking at an
Yeah.
atrocity, and then somebody reviewing their, new sweater that they got. It's like you
Hmm.
just can't
I get a
absorb it
lot of,
all.
I get an awful lot of advertisements for bras for big-chested women.
I get neck cream. I was like, this algorithm knows I'm older. This is not fair. I get neck cream all the time. And
Yeah,
burlesque dancers for some reason.
oh, I wouldn't mind
So,
burlesque. That would be
yeah.
fun.
I think because I follow a couple of, like the algorithm just is like, yes, she likes burlesque. And so we're going to show her all the underwear and all the burlesque dancers. But
I
then,
know. You're
you don't know
always
what your
training
feed's
it.
going to look like.
Yeah. You have to train the feed. I'm always training the feed.
Hmm.
I deleted TikTok for a bit and then I went
Yeah.
back on TikTok. And since that reset everything, all I was getting were like AI videos of Chinese babies
Uh,
doing crazy things.
uh-huh. Uh-huh.
What is this? So,
I don't know. Well, I do know when I am very good about training my algorithm, it does do me well. And a Threads algorithm is spot on, but
mhm.
unfortunately, if you respond to one book Threads drama,
Yeah,
that's all you get in your
you
feed
get
for the
all of it.
next week. And I was like, I can't.
I know it's always something. There's
Uh-huh.
always some kind of drama.
Yeah, yeah. So we went to rail. We went on a side
I
quest
know.
again. So building up your Instagram, what is your
But yeah,
Instagram? And I will
it
put it in the thing to remind folks in the
it is
description.
it is writer Cate and Cate. Um, when I went with my pen name, I was like, oh, I'm keeping my last name, and my Kate actually comes from my middle name.
Hmm.
And it didn't occur to me that my last name is spelled weird. And then I went with my C for my Kate. So I'm always constantly spelling both names all the
It's
time.
okay. But then people are, when they find you, they know it's you.
They know it's me.
So,
Yeah.
They know it's you, and that's actually easier in a lot of ways. I think I see a lot of, as a event planner, it is very difficult to, because when people are registering for events and stuff, and if they've got more than they've got their name, often their email might be their name, and then
Mhm.
including their pen name, and then their sometimes their Instagram is like the name of their first book,
Right.
or um the Instagram that they used to have when they started Instagram and not their author Instagram. So it's something like Siamese Kittens 24 or something like that, and you're like, I have no idea who this person, well, and it's really
right.
hard to, that's why I'm like HL Brooks
Yep.
Mhm.
right across all platforms wherever I can get it. And then the other thing I tell people to do is, if you're going to start, if you're not sure if you're going to do TikTok, still go get that same
Hmm.
username so that you have it in case, that way in
Yep.
case you do pick that up, then you have that username across platforms. That's really hard to do, some, especially with how many people there are now on social media.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh,
Instagram will follow you on Instagram. Will
yeah, that'd be
people
great.
give her some reviews, read her Christmas books, and go in there and say nice things.
Yeah.
Yes,
Um, so the next question was going to be where you can be found online, but we already know that about the Instagram. But I do know that you have a LinkedIn as well, which links your books off of it, and
please.
it links your, what else was there linked on there?
Probably my website, I think I have on the link
Mhm.
tree, and where to get my
Yes.
books.
Um, read my books, sign up for my news updates. Oh,
Hmm.
so you have a newsletter, which is nice.
Yep.
Newsletters are great. I always encourage readers to please sign up for
Hmm.
newsletters. It's one of the best ways to support an author.
And you get
You're,
a free short story, Halloween short story.
you get a free short story. And follow me on Goodreads, follow me on Amazon, and follow me on BookBub.
Mhm.
So, oh, and you're going to be at Romanticon in
Yes, in
2026?
July. Yeah, I finally.
Nice.
I'm actually
Congratulations.
originally from Connecticut.
Oh,
So I was so excited to finally be able to get into
Yeah.
to go back home,
is
essentially.
it charming in Connecticut?
It depends on where you are in Connecticut. Where
Uh,
I grew up, it's on the beach. I mean, it's
oh,
home, but the charming
Nice.
areas across the Q Bridge are up north a little bit.
Okay.
But
okay.
yeah, so my first series is actually set in Mystic, Connecticut.
Oh,
Oh,
That's my
okay.
favorite part of the state, so
oh, that's fantastic.
You got beach, so you got a little mermaid in your blood. You're right there by the
I
beach.
do.
Me too.
I'm salty.
All right. And then, so thank
Yeah.
you so much for coming on our little mini-sode, the
Thank you for
Bitchy
having
Quill
me.
today. We are really happy that you were able to be a part of the Right Women Book Festival. We'll still be doing things. We'll be doing panels and podcasts virtually. We will have smaller events, you know, as things
Mhm.
progress, we'll be doing small. We needed a big break. We needed
Yeah.
a little burnout. This year's been a horrible year for any event planner.
Oh,
We
yeah.
all know why. It's been a
Yeah.
horrible year to do anything fun and anything
Yeah.
that costs money,
So let me just
especially.
say again, Kate, we're so thrilled that you actually made it for our grand finale year. And
Me too.
we just want to thank you for contributing your talents and your energy to it because it ended up being a really,
Oh, it's a
uh,
lot of fun.
it was in our feedback from people and the authors and participants and attendees, like the vibe was so
Yeah.
upbeat and
Yeah, it
positive
was.
Joyful.
and
It
It was,
was.
it
Yeah.
was joyful.
I took my daughter as my assistant and she did help me. She did assistant things, but then I just gave her the credit card and she just went
she was
to all the
gone.
tables.
It's hard. I mean, I would love to buy a book from everybody. I have to like and we don't even get to say hi to everybody. But this is why we love the podcast now that we're doing the podcast and we do these mini-sodes and panels and things like that because we get to talk to people that we never even got to say hello to during the
Yeah.
event just because
Yeah.
it was so
It was
many authors
it
and
was crazy, but
it was so
it was
busy and there's just
so
two of us.
but those events are so great because I always, like I said, I had lost my mojo for a little bit. I had
Yeah,
some health issues and it was
yeah,
around COVID, all that.
yeah.
Um, and I think it was the isolation of not being
Mm,
able to go to any of the meeting, like to MRW or WRW
right,
or
right,
Central
right.
K. And so when you get to be around other writers, other authors, there's just
Yeah,
something, it fills your soul.
it
It
does.
It fills your soul.
does.
So
It
And
does.
it just renews you. It makes
yeah,
you, it gives you inspiration and it makes you see things are possible because sometimes, this is a rough industry. I don't
mhm,
know. A lot of people I think go into it thinking I'm going to write a book and it's going to go big and I'm going to be able to quit my work job and write, but it's actually a grind for
yeah,
98% of the people. And you have to have business know-how. You can't just write, and
mhm,
it's very difficult.
Yeah.
But when you're feeling at your lowest, other writers come in, and I find in particular women writers in the
yep,
circles that we do are all. We've had such a good group. We've had so little drama, really, like almost zero since the inception of the Book Fest and the Right Women Network in 2019. It's just been nothing but 99% positive energy,
mhm,
encouragement, cheerleading, networking, helping each other, and
yeah,
and that's what we're about. I mean, that's
yeah,
really why we started it. That's what we're about. We love to see other women succeed. It makes us happy.
yeah. It
Mhm.
is so needed today. It really is.
Yes, yes.
But
So,
this
okay.
okay,
So,
this has been so love. So just we're going to reiterate to just say thank you for joining us on the Bitchy Quill. Uh, Please look for more episodes where we discuss publishing from a feminist perspective, and our guest minisodes like this great one today with Cate, and here on YouTube. And if you'd like to be a guest on the Bitchy Quill, please email us at therightwomenbookfest@gmail.com, and the info will be below in the episode information.
that's right. Thank you so
Right.
much,
Thank
and
you so much.
everybody have a happy holiday.
Thank you. Happy
Bye-bye.
Thanksgiving.
To
Thank
you as
you.
well. Gobble, gobble.